I stopped dancing just in time before we went live. Hey, look, I've got some viewers. People are looking at me, and I'm looking at you. Well, I'm looking at me while you're looking at me, and we're looking at me together. And I don't know how that works, but it's podcasting. As you can see behind me, I am in some sort of trashed, rented place. No, I'm in the lab, guys. I'm up here in an undisclosed. Hey, Denise. In an undisclosed above ground laboratory that we rent from a guy with long hair. Uh, so that's not very dramatic, is it? So let's make up something else. So we're in this weird lab. We're in Katie's lab. I'm up here by myself. I'm going to break something, but that's okay. It's quiet. We're doing the thing. Let's see. Let's catch up with. Let's talk about me. This is my show. Why don't we do what I want to do? Busy 2 weeks. We had Haunted History Paracon last week down in Joplin. That was fun. Met a lot of cool people. Chad, what's up? Carol, hello. And then we just got back from a paranormal event in Potosi, Missouri, with PTF Paranormal Task Force. I just got stuck in a car for 5 hours with KD and KT. I don't know how I haven't lost my mind, but we had a blast. Those of y'all, Becky, see, I knew Becky. I'm your favorite. I know you say you like everybody else, but I'm your favorite. Nobody's here. We had a great time. PTF is an amazing, very, very professional paranormal team. If you ever get a chance to go to one of their events, please do. And just toot my own horn for a second. I actually got the Ghost of Devil's Perch. Is this the monster in the mine talking to me? Is it? Did Dave fall down again? No. Okay. Oh, I got the honor of being asked to officially join Paranormal Task Force. So I don't know if just to let you know, whatever was upstairs has stopped. Okay, good. Raven Paranormal. Oh, that's my hometown people. Love you guys. Oh, Becky, you finally admitted it. So anyway, yeah, so they let me into this great group, and so now Paranormal Task Force has their very own personal paranormal garden gnome. Because look at me, it's a garden gnome. Hey, let's do an event because I need to make a correction for what I did last week. I know it was a freaking weird podcast, but so I said that the Hellraiser for the homeless Rock and Ride was on October 7th in Middletown, Ohio. Boy, was I wrong. How about October 22nd? Katie, I was just talking about you and it was all nice, I promise. Yes, I love my sister. So it is actually October 22nd in Middletown, Ohio. One of my great brain fart viewers. She's putting this on. She has a soft heart for homeless and addiction, and like I've said before on previous podcasts, I was once the homeless, hopelessly addicted to alcohol individual, and without the help of people like people with hearts like her, I probably would not. I guarantee you, I would not be sitting here. You'd be talking to me through a ghost box. So this is really near and dear to my heart. So check it out if you're out there in Middleton, Ohio. Let's see. I've got their website. They're on Facebook. You can look them up. Looks like they're gonna have some Reiki coaches, some holistic health, some paranormal vendors, Nightmare Manor actors, appearances, and they're gonna have food trucks. Please send me something to eat. I've been on a diet for 2 months. I'm so hungry. Oh, Brady Marie, hey. Jennifer, thank you for that. So I think that's really all I have to cover. Oh, there is a PTF event coming up at Pythian next month. I believe it's November 5th or somewhere around there. I know tickets are sold out, but people sometimes have a tendency to cancel. So, oh yeah, because Arby's is awesome, and I like chicken. I like to just eat the chicken. Oh, so keep an eye on PTF's website. Maybe they'll get some tickets. So, what did I forget to do? Why is my brain going? I forgot to light the sage and start this thing off right. So, I'm going to take my Casey's crack lighter and we're going to light the sage. And I'm going to drop it all over my brand new laptop. There we go. Now we can do the show. So, I've got a special guest. And, oh my God, I love this woman. She is amazing. I met her in May. At the McIntyre Villa with her best friend, Crazy is what I call her. But the Wonder Twin powers, when they get together, I don't know. I don't feel so crazy anymore. Oh, she has a podcast called Drunken Oracle. If y'all don't know what that is, oh my God, we'll definitely be talking about that. And she's one hell of a paranormal investigator in her own right. So I'm going to say, without further ado, I'm going to bring up Christie Ayers to the show.
You're too nice. A lot of lies in there, but
I have my fingers crossed.
I was like, oh crap, he's lighting sage. I'm just going to vanish now. So,
well, I mean, I lit sage last night and I ended up outside of the hotel room, so I still can't figure that one out.
Oh no, it makes sense why we're friends. I totally get
it. It definitely works.
There's Katie. Hi, Katie. I haven't seen her in a minute. So sweet.
I saw her like 5 minutes ago.
I'm sorry. No, for Katie.
If I could only like talk about some of the 5-hour ride we had, it's hilarious. But however, this is a family show.
I mean, you needed to start recording. Y'all have EVPs. Let's be real.
I mean,
your tape recorder and listen to it.
We did talk about just filming us when we ride and just make it into a paranormal show.
Might as well go for it.
I mean, but so you know what? You know what I want to talk about first?
Drunken Oracle.
I want to talk. Yeah, I wanted the Drunken Oracle. Did you snort?
Yeah, probably.
That's awesome.
And I'm sober right now, so
I mean, that's a damn shame for you, Mouse.
Right? I heard that.
Yes.
I wonder where you got that from.
We'll cover that. We'll cover that in a little bit. So tell me about Drunken Oracle. How did y'all come up with it? Like, give me some background.
Okay, so I love it because when COVID hit, we watched, we started watching our friends all kind of go down and people going downhill. Depression was hitting hard. I lost friends. I lost a lot of friends actually during COVID. My daughter ended up losing a friend, and she's young. She's 20, she was 21, 20 at the time. And so, I mean, I just was watching people get further and further down this hole of depression. And I was at Keith's house and I was like, Keith, we've got to do something. And then I was like, hey, do you remember Drunken History? I was like, we should do that, but we should read tarot. And I'd never even touched a tarot deck in my life ever. I still don't, seriously. So I was like, we should go live and just read tarots drunk. And Keith's like, let's do it. And so we did. And now it just kind of is growing. I can't do it more than once a month. I can't handle all that alcohol.
Right.
I mean, he probably could, but I can't. So I don't know. It's been fun. It's a lot of fun. I love doing it. People look forward to it. It's a bright spot in their, weeks on the weeks that we do it. So
yeah, sometimes like I'll be so busy with the nonprofits that I work for back home. And I'll just get so stressed out. And then I'll just look down and it pops up Drunken Oracle. I'm like, okay, I'm stopping everything. Like, I don't care if it's a 5-hour show. I'm going to sit here and watch the whole damn thing.
We cut it to 2. We had to cut it down to 2 because it just would go and go and go and go, and I'm like, there's a point where I'm like, I can't even look at the screen anymore. So the show usually ends with me like, "I'm going to the bar," and I just
Yeah.
walk out on Keith. Like,
Well, that's what happened last time when I got on. I was like, "Oh, pull me a card." No, I'm drunk.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore. I was like, he's like, "But wait," and I'm like, "Nope, I just went upstairs and went to bed." Bye.
So if any of our viewers don't know who you're talking about, tell us a little bit about Keith.
Keith is probably one of the most amazing humans I've ever met. He was actually on an episode of The Dead Files. I think it's called Till Death. Um, but I met him in Wymore because I love Wymore. That's a whole nother long story. But I met him out there, and I actually met him because this will just tell you how insane that I am. So in my spare time, I like to go just like urbexing, haunted, like not haunted, but like abandoned house hunting.
Yeah.
And so I was doing that by myself, and a friend of mine got real mad, and he's like, "You're gonna get hurt. Something's gonna happen to you." Blah 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 blah. And I said, "Well, what if I go with somebody else?" And he's like, "Well, it would make me feel better." So I put on Facebook, "Who wants to go abandoned house hunting with me?" So Keith responded, and I had met him one time before, but didn't really remember. And so he was like, "I'll go with you." And then he tells me about all these places, and I'm just like, "Thanks for the places," and was still going to go by myself because I'm like, "Screw that." So I end up in Wymore, and I couldn't find the place, and I said, "Where are these places at?" He goes, "Wait, you're here?" And I said, "Wait, you live here?" And he's like, "Yeah,
Uh-oh.
come over." So I went to his house, and we spent the whole day driving around photographing abandoned buildings in Wymore. Been friends ever since.
Well, I mean, that sounds like one way to be.
Hmm.
That's better than like plenty of fish or something.
Well, we did go fishing. we did that last time I was out there, and he caught a fish and I didn't. I was mad. So, but granted, I don't really fish. So,
Well, I get it. Tracy, thank you. Hey, thank you for joining us. Let me say hello. I saw Stephanie. I got to investigate a little bit with Stephanie last night. Was it last night? God, it's running together. Anyway, she's amazing. She's part of PTF. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. PTF. Okay, so drunken. Can you keep up with me?
Yes, you crack me up. You're hilarious.
I had one of those really big coffee things that's got like a bajillion grams of caffeine.
That's what I need right now.
Well, because I ended up having to drive back because KD he locked the door on the car when I tried to get back in, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to drive?" I was like, "Well, it's either drive or walk, apparently." So yeah.
Oh my God, what a jerk! And he wonders why I pick on him. I was like, that's what he gets.
I mean, Ricky, don't leave me, Ricky. Ricky's a buddy of mine. I ran through the city of Deadwood, South Dakota. He was on a trolley, and I was running after him, hollering, "Don't leave me, Ricky."
That's amazing.
I was sober.
You should have been filming that. You just need to put a camera on you at all times.
It is filmed. We have.
Yeah.
I
want to see it.
I'll send it to you.
Yes.
Okay, so let me get back on track. So Drunken Oracle has gotten to the point now where people are asking for it live. Is this correct? Do you have something fun planned?
Yeah, so randomly, well, they've been trying to get me to Scarefest now. This is the third year that they're like, you need to come. And so now they bribed me with Drunken Oracle. Come on down and do Drunken Oracle. So Keith and I will be down at the Scarefest this coming weekend, actually. So we leave on Thursday morning to get down to Kentucky. And for obvious reasons, alcohol laws and stuff, we can't be like on the convention floor, but they have like a spot in the bar for us, I guess, where we're going to go and do it live at Scarefest. Which, of course, I was like, well, I'll do it if you drive us to the hotel because we ain't driving anywhere.
Right.
Maybe in a small town you can get away with that, but I don't know about Kentucky.
No, I would be careful. And speaking of small towns and you drinking, did you steal a train?
Oh my God. Yes, I did.
Can you tell my viewers about how you drunkenly stole a train?
Oh my gosh. Like literally the best. So what'd you do last weekend while I got drunk and stole a train? Yes, there's photos, there's videos. I did a live video of this. No, so Wymore has like this, it's like Wymore Days, like all these small towns have. And so they have parades and they have this train that is it's an engine train, and so that it's for like kids to ride on in the parade. And so I got really drunk, and my friend Casey's like with me, and he's like, I was like, Casey, we need to go steal the train. And he goes, we don't have to steal it. I have a key. So I was like, well, we're going to your house right now and getting it. And so we did. And by the time we got to where the train was parked, there was like, I don't know, like 10 people, maybe drunk people just siphoning gas out of their cars at like 2:33 in the morning, filling the tank. And then we drove it up and down Main Street and went and picked up the bar owners. And I think someone rolled the train at some point. And so then I was so drunk by this point, but we have video. There's like literally 12, 13 adults riding around on this kid train. And, and then so I wake up in the morning and it's like parked right out front my door. And the police just call up and they're like, put it back. They're like, that would have been drunk driving. I'm like, what?
Well, I mean, technically.
I was like, okay. So now every time I'm there, they're like, I think next we're planning on getting drunk and stealing an airplane, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I gotta see that one.
I
Okay,
just,
so full disclosure, I thought that you stole like a real train, like a big old
no.
train. But this makes it even funnier just to
It
think
was
of
pretty
you.
funny. Well,
That's
they
so
ended up donating to the train to the museum here in Council Bluffs, and I work at that. I was working there at the time. I still do some stuff there, but I was like, so you yelled at me, and then you're like, here, do you want it?
uh,
Thanks.
hey. Hey, Greg Koss says hello
There's
to
good. Hi,
you.
Greg.
Hey, Greg, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. So, yeah, we're just talking about how she gets drunk and steals trains, planes, and automobiles. No, not automobiles yet.
I'm real fun when I'm drunk, apparently.
Apparently. I'm so glad there's video evidence.
Right. There's always video. I'm like, somebody should just take my phone away from me when I'm drunk because the things that I
No,
do,
no, they don't need to.
I think they do. I'm used to it. I'm like,
I
just
mean,
film me
that's
doing the dumbest shit. I'm all right. I'm good with
hey, it's okay.
it.
Let's so let's talk about some of your events that you have coming up
Oh my
that
gosh.
that I already had pulled up before you came on because I didn't need you to tag me again because I lost it. That's where we're going.
We'll just go with that. Whatever you
Yeah.
want to tell yourself over
Well,
there.
it's my show. It's my show.
Um, no, I have a lot coming up, but right now it's kind of funny because if anybody who lives in the Nebraska area, you've probably seen it. It's been all over major shows. It's the Seven Sisters Road, and it's been everywhere. But let me tell you some. So I posted this event. Yes, that event. I posted it in Nebraska Paranormal Society page. It has almost 500 shares. Tickets are selling like crazy, and I'm getting a ton of hate mail. Um,
Why?
people have tried to shut me down. I don't know, people live like 5 miles away, say I'm creating a disturbance, and I had some old lady come down there during my tour. She's like, "This is just dumb." And I'm like, "My bank account says otherwise."
Right?
I'm sorry that, it has been the crazy, and I can't figure it. I'm like, somebody is probably hiding something somewhere. The one guy that lives on that road is like all for it. He's like, "Have fun," you know.
Right? I mean, why
So
not?
yeah, so I'm just like, it's so ridiculous how people are reacting. But people want to go. And I'm like, here's the thing about the events. The events typically help the town. I understand that there's been a lot of trespassing, but I'm like, if you allow people to go with a guided tour, they can cut back on that. They can stop it, which is one of the biggest things about it. I'm like, you don't understand because I'm doing what I'm doing. Actually, your trespassing problems are going to pretty much stop. Um,
Right, right.
because people want to go, they're going to do it whether they can or can't. And if you allow them to, then, you get better people. It is in a more respectful way. Most of the people who own the property there don't really care. I mean, so dumb. The police department, the first tour was on the 11th and they put up no parking signs on the 10th.
Wow.
Yeah. So I literally park them a quarter mile up the road and shuttle them all back and forth. It's so
Oh, wow.
ridiculous. But a lot of the events that I do, I just did Squirrel Cage Jail and the Rails West Museum this last weekend. But most of these events, a lot of these bigger event companies, they will pay the locations bare minimum. I know because I've worked for them. They don't really take care of the owners. They don't really take care of the locations. They don't respect them like they should because they see them as profit and their business. And, I see these people as my friends and my family. And so I quit working for the event companies and started doing it on my own. And I make sure I pretty much 50% of the profit always goes back to the building. So
Right.
typically
Right.
I'm walking away with the least amount of money in my pocket for what I'm doing. And I'm okay with it because without these locations, none of us have anything. So
That's
um
true.
yes, and I care very much for the people and the owners. Yeah, I think people, McIntyre Villa, I think a lot of times people walk in there and I think their first thought is, wow, she must have money.
Right. Right. No,
That
and
place
that
costs so much money to keep up and take care of, and no, that's, we're losing places. The Calumet was one beautiful hotel, amazing lady. She did so much for her town, but the town wanted to shut her down, and unfortunately, the town won. So she lost the battle. It just got too costly. She couldn't fight it anymore. So it's sad to me.
yeah, it's hard enough to get places that we're allowed into.
Hmm.
And then, like you said, people trespassing. Well, that gives all that are in the paranormal investigator world, like, a bad name.
It
Because,
does.
somebody's going to have a haunted property and they're going to have trespassers. Well, then a legit paranormal group comes in and he's like, no, no, I've already dealt with your kind.
Hmm.
I've heard that before. And, you know,
Goldfield. Yep,
yeah,
Goldfield Hotel was like that.
yep.
Yeah, I was actually one of the first people to walk into Goldfield after it had been shut down for 10 years. Just I just got super lucky, I guess. I don't know. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, so
And yes, Denise, she was there at McIntyre when you were there.
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. I'm
Yeah.
everywhere. I think the Wraith Chasers are like, "How did you get here?" I'm Mike and Chris, for some reason, for for a whole year, like a ton of their events, locations were like, "Hey, can you come help host this? Can you come help host this?" So I was showing up everywhere. I mean, I just saw them in Jersey. They're like, "You again?" I'm like, "Yeah, me."
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually, because I met them in Detroit. I've done, let's see, Kansas City. I've been with them, New Jersey, Virginia, and like I didn't plan any of it or ask to be any of those. It just happened. They're amazing people, though. I love them to pieces. So
I haven't had a chance to meet them, and I mean, good Lord, I live 2.5 hours from Tennessee. You'd
yeah,
figure
they're
I'd
a
go.
lot of fun.
But
So
oh, and I do need to say hey to Dina. By the way, I corrected uh, about your event because I did say it was the 7th and it's the 22nd. So I did talk about your event, so you don't have to send the hit squad. Thank you. Thank you very much.
good job. You did a good job.
I try. You know what? I try. Like we say in the South, bless his heart. He tries.
Unless you're really feeling sorry for someone, then it's bless your poor pea picking heart.
See, that's some of that Columbia stuff. We'll we'll get into that. We'll get into that in a minute because that's gonna be fun. Okay, so you talked about the Seven Sisters Road.
Mhm.
How can they get tickets for that one?
So if you go to my page, I just keep the post that's pinned to the top is up to date with all my events. So I just I keep removing and adding as they're coming in and changing. So yeah, I'm looking for the one I'm really looking forward to. So it's at McIntyre. So if you haven't had a chance to get out there, but that's with Richard Estep and Sam Beltrusis, and I'm super excited for that because. I'm not really sure how it happened. It just did. Because I do charity events with Richard every now and then. We just did one at Asylum 49. If you ever see a haunted charities event, that money goes directly, every cent goes to the local charities. The one we just did went to their animal shelter out there in Utah. That was so much fun. So now he's like, let's do more. Okay. But so the the one at McIntyre, I was like, so me and Richard and Stephanie planned it, and then Richard messaged me. He's like, "Hey, can I invite a friend?" And it was Sam. He's like, "You two would be like best friends. I want him to come." And I'm like, "You got it." So they're coming out on their own dime, all to just help out and be
Oh,
there.
that's
And
awesome.
yeah, they're both really good people. So excited for that.
And I'm scrolling through all of your events. Let's talk about, well, okay, first of all, same place for tickets for that
Yeah,
event.
they're all up there. You can follow me on Eventbrite too. Just click on one of those links and then follow me on Eventbrite, and that's always up to date. So
Okay. Let's talk about the Candlelight Ghost Tour at Hotel Josephine.
yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. I started the well, it was originally flashlight tours up at Squirrel Cage Jail, and then I kind of um, so then I kind of just morphed that into the little candles and stuff because it looks cooler. Which we use them at Seven Sisters too. It just looks cooler. It's a lot more fun. But Hotel Josephine, they went through hard times. She bought that hotel right before COVID lockdowns, and she had a restaurant there and everything. She hasn't even been able to open the restaurant back up. But they also own the Lake House, which was on Ghost Hunters this last season, and so I do events there as well as Hotel Josephine. But I love the hotel. I love being there. I don't think any person who has gone there has had a terrible time. Um, so those tours are basically just to get people in, and I'm just going to be there. And that's why I told her, I said, it's quick money for the hotel. It's a quick way to get people in. Cause I feel like if people will just go there, like just go there and take the history tour and hear about the stories and things people have seen, they're going to want to come back. December 3rd, we have another one where I'm going to do history tours around the square. And then we'll come back for hot chocolate. And I think it's like $150 for a room for up to
Mhm.
2 people. So, I mean, the whole event costs, it's $75 a person, which is not bad. And you don't have to drive home and you're sleeping in a haunted hotel. Like it just doesn't get any better.
No, and yeah, I was looking down at the price and I'm like, and reading, that's not bad at all.
Mm-mm.
So, I
No,
mean,
I try to keep the prices lower. But
yeah,
some people are like, you need to charge more. And I'm like, well, then people can't afford it right now. So, but of course, people are complaining, why are you charging so much for a $20 tour? I'm like, really?
really, people.
And then some girls like, yeah, haunted house costs $75. I can do this. I'm like, exactly. That's the point.
Yeah, and you get real ghosts.
Mhm.
So yeah, and also I see one more event on here: the Mets Mortuary.
Yes, that place is in York, Nebraska. So this lady, she's like the sweetest lady. Her name's Megan, and she owns the mortuary. She actually owns like pretty much that whole block. The building, was all connected at one point in time. And so the one that we're in was the mortuary for like a really long time. And she had just put something out on Facebook about the stuff that was happening, and a friend of mine, we both actually responded to her, and she responded to my friend for whatever reason, just the way she uses Facebook. And she invited us out, and myself and my friend Mary did like an investigation there and stuff. And it was just, I don't know, there was just some activity and just things happened. And my friend actually got pinched when we were there. And Mary, she's straightforward. Like if she tells me something happened, something happened. She just,
Right.
that's just the way Mary is. And so I was like, okay, well, let's try this. Let's try because it's an antique store too. And I was like, well, let's have a little event here. And it sold out almost immediately. It was crazy. And so now the overnights are starting to sell. I haven't pushed it as much. I'm going to be, but I have people coming from Wyoming. I have people coming from, people just start coming from all over the place to go to this one. So I'm really excited. I love it.
Yeah,
It's
I
fun.
wish I could come out to some of those events, but I'm
One
tired.
day. I
Yeah,
know. I'm exhausted.
I'm I have been in South Carolina like 2 months or 2 weeks out of every month this entire year.
Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, I've been in Wyoming. I've been here like twice. I've been all over the place, and I am taking November off and December off because I'm done.
That's what I do. Like, come December. So December 3rd at this point is my last one here. I may have something else come up, but as of now, it looks like I'll be. But I have a friend who lives in Florida, and she moved there, and she built this tiny little home in her backyard. And she's like, "Come for the winter." So they give me I have to. I work a normal job for 3 months every year. But it's in Florida, and we kayak a lot. So, and Erica's amazing. So I love going there. I miss her all year, and then I'm like, "Yay, fun time."
Right. And my wife just chimed in and she said, "Tell me about it," because I'm always gone. So yeah,
Oh, there she is. Hi.
yeah,
Oh,
right.
I didn't
Yeah.
even see her on there till now.
Yeah, she just popped up. And we've got Tracy. I'm in South Carolina. Awesome. Make sure you watch through the end, Tracy, because I'm gonna make an announcement here about something that we're doing in South Carolina. My poor wife though, she missed. I don't know, she misses me for some reason. I tell her to work on her aim.
That's awesome.
You know, I mean,
Now I want to know what you're doing in South Carolina and when, because I might be there. So
well, and I'm going to invite you, and I will let you know. This is going to be the premiere announcement of the thing. So you have to watch. You have to watch the thing. You have to
the
watch
thing.
the whole thing. The thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now I'm excited.
Okay, and this is something I always do on my show. I always ask 3 questions. So here's the
Okay.
first. What is your favorite place to investigate?
You know what? It's always going to be Edinburgh Manor. It just is. I not only do I love the place, it's always one of those places that have called me to it. But Cindy and Jay they treat you like family. I love those two so much. I don't see them often enough. I don't talk to them often enough, but um, that they're just great people. So Edinburgh, top of my see, and I was on Destination Fear there too, which was even better. So, they didn't take my advice though and put Chelsea in the basement. So whatever.
You know, I I think I saw you on Destination Fear, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, they always make me look terrible. Like I'm like, you just light your stars nice, and then this side chick here for the day. Let's give her lighting from. I'm like, I went to film school, so I'm always like, why are they doing it like that? Don't do it like that.
Right, right,
I keep my mouth shut because it's their job, not mine. What is it?
right.
I'm like, I know what you're doing. Yeah,
Your name's not on the production, so it doesn't really matter.
I know. No, they by far though, I will say out of all the crews that I've worked with, I think they are by far the nicest crew. I absolutely loved their producers and everything. They were so nice, like disgustingly nice. Absolutely my favorite people. So I don't know. That was a lot of fun.
Okay, question number 2.
Okay.
Are you ready? These are hard-hitting expose questions.
Okay.
The scariest thing paranormal that has ever happened to you?
I met Brandon. Wow, no.
I mean, you need to. I'm telling you. How often is it that a garden gnome just pops up?
I know. I'm like, what is happening? Stephanie, when did you get garden gnomes at the villa? I don't know.
Right. It's just so weird.
I think honestly, I really do think it was at Edinburgh when I don't know what it was that whole night when we got there. We were just, and I'm not psychic. I don't have none of that. I'm just me. And so the whole night I just was like, I just felt uneasy from the first moment that we got there. And we're just kind of walking around. I'm with a friend of mine and we're, in the basement. And I just, he was saying something like, I feel like we're not alone. I'm like, I've only been saying that since we walked in the door. And so we get to this point in the basement and he's like, I really think there's another person here again. Like, I'm like, I've been telling you that. And we get an EVP that just says there's the second. And so then as we kind of come down and around the corner and around the basement, I just started yelling at him.
Well,
out of nowhere, I'm just yelling at him and just angry and pissed. And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I'm done now. To this day, I don't, I felt bad for the longest time even watching that footage because I'm like, what is happening to me? Like, why am I acting that way? And, I did all the editing for the episodes and stuff. And so when I'm watching everybody else's reaction when I'm not around, they were all confused. Like, why is she acting this way. I've never seen her. This is not her. And it wasn't me at all. And I'm like, I don't know to this day. I don't know what happened. It's never happened since. It was just that one time. And then of course I'm me. So I decided to go back and take on Edinburgh completely alone.
Well,
And
yeah.
yeah, nothing happened the whole night.
Well, they were. I mean, hell, you've already yelled at them.
I know, right? They're like, we don't want nothing to do with her.
We don't want anything to
Yeah,
do with this lady.
it was definitely weird. So I was more scary because I'm like, why am I acting that way? I'm not typically like that. It takes a lot to upset me or change my mood so
Right. Okay. And are you ready for this
yeah.
third hard hitting question?
Hmm.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes,
Are,
I got this.
And I know you're sober, and it's a little rough on you.
God, that's so sad.
I'll leave you alone. I'm gonna leave you alone. No, I'm not. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I wish I
you
wasn't sober.
save it for Drunken Oracle.
I know it's coming this weekend.
I can't wait for that one. Okay, so if you could choose one place anywhere on the planet, what is your number one bucket list investigation?
Oh God, that's a tough one.
That's the hard one. That's why it comes
Mm.
last.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
I would probably have to say like Pavilia Island.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one's I don't know, something about like the deaths out there and like the death masks and how you have to get there and it's just so eerie and creepy and different and isolated. So kind of like my life, but in the form of a haunting. So
Right.
yeah, definitely Pavilia Island, I think.
That's a first. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think people forget about it.
Yeah, like I haven't thought about it since you mentioned it.
Yeah. It's fine. I'll be the only one out there. No, I may trespass for that one. I can't even get to Italy, so whatever. We're good.
There's a lot of water between here and there.
I can swim.
That's a lot of
I'm
swimming
a I'm a
for a
fish,
mouse.
remember? For a mouse.
That's
That's amazing. Is that still on my profile? It must be. It
I
must
don't now I don't know. I have no idea.
be.
I just know things. I know things. I know people. I know
Yeah.
things.
You clearly have had a conversation with somebody. Mm.
Oh, but trying. I'm trying to think. I'm trying not to laugh because this is so much fun. I'm having a freaking blast.
Then why would you try not to laugh? You should laugh. Laughter is the best thing for you.
I don't think I can laugh anymore after the 5 hours with the Staffords. Oh my god!
Oh, see, now I'm
It,
sad I missed it.
yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one. I've never been out to this place, and neat little town. Like, I mean, mining town that I think they lead was their big thing. Pretty cool little place. Government seems to deny access to. Well, yeah, the government. She Denise is saying the government denies access to your island.
Yeah. Well, it's my island. Just remember that.
That's right. That's why I said it that way.
I am the government of that island.
You are the government.
Yep. You know what? I'm going to go from train stealing to island stealing. Sounds like a plan.
Everybody just needs to travel upwards in their life goals.
Yep, exactly.
Well, see, you said you were going to steal an airplane, so just fly there.
Just fly over there. I don't think the airplane that I've been looking at can fly. It'll probably never happen either. It's more of a joke. Just so I don't need people going, she said she was going to steal an airplane.
Yeah, the people that just tuned in, they're like, "What did we miss?" Well, you're gonna have to go back and watch.
Yeah, it's probably a lot.
So, what different television programs and paranormal programs have you been on?
Well, I was on Destination Fear and I was on Most Terrifying Places. I think it's Most Terrifying Places in America. I always mess that one up, but I was at the Squirrel Cage Jail for that one. When Ghost Hunters filmed, I was there on set while they were filming. I wasn't on the show, which is fine. I don't really care.
Right.
So I was there for that. I don't know. I've met a lot of people. I know a lot of people, met a lot of people. It's fun. But then I did, well, Nick Groff, when he had Vidi Space up for a while, I had a show on there, but I've moved all of that stuff to my YouTube because obviously that dissolved. So I actually talked to Nick a couple weeks ago when I was in Kentucky randomly.
Right.
Um, he's like, "How are you?" I'm like, "Well, my tent just got flooded and destroyed, but hey, I'm sitting in my car and this is great." So I can't wait to put that video up. That's going to be funny. But so he was like, "I really hope you're still working on it and stuff." He was such a big like influence to me and helped me out and did a lot. So it was good to catch up with him because I hadn't talked to him in a good while. So that was really nice little thing. So I'm working on some other stuff now. I've had a lot of people kind of cheering me on. This is something totally different. I don't know if it'll go anywhere, but there's some bigger people who aren't even in paranormal who this was their idea, and they want to work on it. So they want to try and make my life a reality show because my past is so insane, and then what it's turned into now and how I live my life. I think is it's been encouraging people. So usually I'm like angry. I'm so frustrated with everything and, but it's somewhere along the line what I've done and been through is helping people. So let's keep going. That's it.
Yeah. And that makes you feel good, doesn't it?
It does.
That's
So
that's like the whole reason why I started this show. Maybe I can help with my tumultuous past. Maybe I can help that, one person. But
overcoming is a tough thing to do. And if you make it there and you stay there and then you're happy, um, that's the biggest thing. And that's what people see and gravitate towards, and helping other people get there is a great thing. So
yeah, and it really is. And so, since we got so serious, I want you to tell everybody how you got the name Mouse.
So I was the lead singer for a band for a while, and I so remember MySpace. This is how old this is. So my name on MySpace for the longest time was "As If You Give a Mouse a Cookie" because it was like my favorite kid book. And so somehow that morphed into Mouse, then that morphed into Mega Mental Metal Mouse, and then it became Acoustic Mouse. So that was my stage name for a while, for several years, because I was performing out in South Carolina and kind of we say the tour. Really, we just were in South Carolina and North Carolina. So, um, yeah, those
But
those were the days. I'm still drunk, still having a good time, still partying. Usually, it was just me and a bunch of dudes, but so
I mean, and I know some of those dudes.
yeah.
So, by
You
the,
do. It's so crazy
I
how many
know, small world,
reaction. Mhm.
such a small world.
Yep. Uh,
Oh,
I couldn't believe it. I was like, "How are you friends with no way you know who Burn the Cynic is." Like,
right, yeah. And
yeah.
I almost wore my Burn the Cynic shirt that day that we met because I brought it with me.
I would have, and it's funny because when I realized it, it didn't really phase me at first just because I'm so used to knowing people and having friends who are, fans of theirs and know them because I lived there for 12 years and I'm, real close with Moon for so long. And so then it kind of hit me. I was like, wait a minute, why does this dude know these dudes? Like, but it was awesome. So
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I've been in the music scene down in South Carolina for back before I had a white beard. So like last week or something. I don't know.
I don't have one of those yet, but I'm working on it.
When that happens, you got to let me know. Yeah.
I don't think I'll have to let you know. It'll be my profile picture. This one's for you, Brandon.
Yes. Me is for me and steak biscuits.
A steak bill. That's another thing I'll never live.
Oh my God. You want
He
to
looks
tell?
like Snake Plissken, though, does he not?
Well, he does, but I'm just like the way you were saying it is like, you want some steak biscuits?
That's because I was drunk.
Please, if y'all have not tuned into Drunken Oracle, where can they find Drunken Oracle?
Well, we have a Facebook page. We now have a YouTube. My daughter was like, "I love this shit. Put it on YouTube." So I did.
Well,
TikTok kicks me off, so somebody reports it as bullying, and then I get banned from TikTok. So we're sticking to YouTube and Facebook, I guess.
I, I didn't see any type of bullying in that whatsoever, but you know what? Whatever.
Haters gonna hate. No,
Hey, those haters. They drink haterade.
which is clearly not whiskey.
No,
So,
it's not.
oh my gosh.
Okay, so
Great.
I said if we could make it towards the end of the show, I would make this announcement about South Carolina. Okay, so March 24th, 25th, and 26th, I will be hosting my very first paranormal event ever. It will be at a place called Haygood Mill Historic Site, and it's in Pickens. I know you know where that's at.
I do know where Pickens is.
Yeah. Um. It has a mill that was built in the late 1700s, and the mill still works. You can still get fresh ground grits from this mill. There are several cabins that are still on this property. There are Native American petroglyphs, which date back about 10,000 years, that are here, and the Buncombe Trail, which is what the native tribes down in that area, like the Cherokee and the Creek, would use to travel up towards Asheville and their hunting ground. And it has never been investigated before.
I just put it in my calendar. I'm like, I better do it now.
Right.
Otherwise I'll get booked. So I just put it in there because I want to go.
Well, then I will definitely. I'll put you on the advertisement too.
Oh, yes. I'm so there.
I know that I have Katie and Katie coming down, and my wife obviously will be there. So the entire Supernatural Inc. team will be there.
Nice.
I am currently working on some very special guests to see if they have time in their filming schedule. That's all I will say. Oh, I'll text you later and tell you.
Sounds like
I think you know who I'm talking about.
I have a feeling I know who you're talking about too.
It was
exciting.
It was two people that we worked with at the villa.
Okay. Yep. I do know exactly who it is then.
So I'm working on them. So if you and I should have tickets on. Oh, and also we're gonna have Raven Paranormal. They are out of Myrtle Beach. That's Jennifer Lee. If you see her in the comments, she is their top dog. She started it all, and we hooked up with them, and we actually investigated the Pickens County Museum together and got some great evidence. So they are going to be helping out with the event, and they're pretty cool. You'll love them to death.
This is exciting. I'm so excited.
So. I am too, but I'm super nervous because I haven't, I've never done an event. I've always just been the guy in the background. And if, Katie and Katie have pushed me to get out of the background and, try to share some of myself with everybody. So here we go.
Well, you can do more with me too. I'll book some with you and come out this way and come to some of these awesome places that I do. So definitely, that'd be awesome. I love doing events with people. Like, I just want everybody there. So
I would love that. Let's see, Tracy. Ticket costs. I'm still working out the ticket costs.
$1 million.
$1 million. But I would say the tickets are probably not going to be any more than like $75. Probably less, and it's going to be a 2-night investigation.
So nice.
And I'll have some kind of package deals set up too. There's primitive camping spots available, so you can bring a tent and hang out. I mean, we're going to set this up right, but it shouldn't be. I don't know. It shouldn't. You're going to spend that if you take your family out to the movies and eat popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to actually have the local historian that's going to tell the stories of the slave house that was built by African American slaves, and there's Native American that built another one of the cabins that are on there. And there's a cabin that they keep under lock and key that has all original, like the bed, the mirrors, the kerosene, like lanterns. Well, they're going to unlock that, give us full access, and I'm actually going to be able to light those lanterns for the first time in like 200 years.
I will not be in that room because I'm not going to explode. But
right.
I can't believe I've never heard of this place. This is so cool. It's
and I grew up in the area and I hadn't heard of it until I started doing. I take blacksmithing classes, and that's where the blacksmith shop is.
That's so awesome.
So I got with their board of directors, and as soon as I said paranormal, and they stopped looking at me like I had something growing out of my forehead. Oh, oh. Then all of a sudden they were all about it, and the director, like, I could. It was supposed to be just a 30-minute meeting, and it turned into like 2 hours, and I'm driving around with the director in a golf cart.
That's awesome, though. That's what
So, I
you want.
mean, they opened up immediately after, I guess they figured out that I'm, like, I hate to say legit, but, on the up and up, and I'm not out there to try to destroy their stuff. And so they're also giving us access to their archives of Native American artifacts
That is so amazing.
that they like. One of them is a boogie mask that they had to put away because it was causing so much havoc.
So I want to see that. I want that on
Exactly.
Drunken Oracle. I'm gonna wear it.
Right? So we'll have. Well, and the thing is, women aren't even supposed to look at it. So, who
Yeah,
cares,
well, I
right?
don't qualify as a woman anyways.
You know,
Well,
this.
maybe not a lady. Oh,
Well, she's a lady. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and so I'm hoping that we'll just get some people from out of state. I love South
Oh,
Carolina.
see, Tracy is talking about Bull Street.
Oh, and you know what? I'm surprised that I never ended up in Bull Street.
I I have videos of myself inside there. It's I don't trespass. Okay, that was the one time I did. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't lie.
Yeah,
But it was the thing to like, get in there and so I went all the way to the cupola. And I have videos of myself, up all the way top of there. I have videos of it up, but some of the maximum security ones, that place
yeah.
is amazing.
Bull Street is amazing.
Hmm.
Tracy, you need to follow Raven Paranormal on Facebook. They're down in that area, and my wife and I guest investigate with them often. So you'll have to come out if we have anything down your way. But I definitely want to see you and you, Christy, at our event in South Carolina
I
because
have it. I'm
yeah,
coming. I
it's
will.
gonna be it's gonna be super super fun. I think I'm gonna try to use Eventbrite since Katie she knows how to work all that, and so keep an eye out. We should be working on the advertisements and stuff like that tomorrow.
Yeah, you just make sure you tag me and everything. I'll share it out. I mean, I know you know a ton of people down there. I know a ton of people down there. I've had people asking me to come do events down there forever. So hopefully they'll show up if I'm there.
Well, and
They
I'm
might,
reading
or they might go the other way. I don't know.
what it's gonna be. It'll be great. And I'm reading the comments. Like Becky said, she would come all the way from Seattle for that event.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, and that, I mean, okay, so I've got some people interested. Oh, that makes me happy. Oh, so we've got like a couple, 5 6 minutes left. Is there anything that you want to plug that we haven't covered?
I don't know. Just come to my events. No.
Yeah, do
No,
it.
I remember I'm actually already starting to book for that's why I put you in there because I already have events booked March and July. Squirrel Cage Jail is gonna have me do like three more there. The one thing that I'm really trying to work on, I know you were talking about how you do charity events and a lot, but the haunted charities is I'm hoping to eventually make that a nonprofit. That's one thing that I really want to do. I mean, I've only been able to do a couple. I'm originally from Chicago, Tracy, but I live in Council Bluffs sort of now, but I'm a gypsy and a nomad, which I love. I love doing it. So I don't really stay anywhere for too long. But but haunted charities, if you see those, please know. Like the one we did in Tuwali, Richard and he put his own money, his own time to get there. I did the same. Every last cent that we raised there, people donated stuff. But the animal shelter there, they get like $3,000 a year, and that's
Oh,
it.
oh
And
no.
so we raised another 1,300 for them. But yeah, we don't reimburse for gas. We don't reimburse for food. Nothing. Every cent from the ticket sales and donations go right to them. So anytime you see a haunted charities, know that that's and tickets are always a bit more expensive. Um, but it's because I want to maximize what I'm giving. Even
Right.
King Anderson, who owns Asylum 49, I offer the locations money. I'm like, I'll give you $400 because they have a place to run. I understand, but Kim refused. Um, I tried offering Richard money for another one, and he won't take it, will not take it. So
Right.
I'm really thankful and grateful for those people. So
And I guess I should have mentioned how the money's gonna work on my event. So we have a 50-50 deal. 50% of the profits are gonna go to the historical society there to maintain. And I am on the board of directors of 2 veteran nonprofits in South Carolina. So the other 50% minus overhead costs and whatnot will be going to veteran nonprofits to help veteran homelessness in the area. So, I mean, it's gonna go to charity. So,
that's amazing. See, I love that, and I'm pretty sure the money from the villa event that one all went to charity as well, didn't it?
yeah, yes, it did. Yep, it did.
My kind of people. That makes y'all my kind of people.
Well, I
I
mean, it's you have to love the history, in my opinion, to love the paranormal.
Mhm.
You can't. I just don't. I couldn't imagine life without historical events, going to these awesome places and learning from the past. Because I mean, that saying is true. If you don't learn from the past, you're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah, I agree. And for me, I just, I periodically find myself in like a state of depression. I guess we all do, and then I have to figure out why. And so for a while with paranormal, I was, and when I sat back and looked, it's like, because why am I doing this? What is the point? And that's why I was like, okay, something has to change. And that's when I started doing the charity events, and I started doing, every event that I do. Yeah, I have to make money. I've got to live. I mean, I have to. We got to pay for ourselves, but I do the best that I can to make sure the majority and what I can gives back. Because if I don't, then it's a waste of my time and my life, and I'm not doing it. So
Yeah, I agree, and that's why, like, I'm gonna take care of the people, like, the people that are helping me out, but, like, I'm not gonna take a dime from it, and, so I can give as much not only to the historical society, but, I mean, the veterans that we're gonna help because,
they
you
need
know,
it.
I mean, like I said at the beginning of the show, I was the homeless veteran, the hopeless alcoholic, and I've got 15 months sober, and I've got a beautiful wife and a home. So,
Oh,
you know, it,
and
it
you're an
that,
amazing human.
oh well, the human part, we're still out. We're out on that
Okay,
one.
well, I'll give you that. You're amazing garden gnome.
I am. I'm the mystical garden gnome.
And your wife
Uh,
is amazing as well. So,
well,
I mean, she puts
well,
up with you, so she kind of needs to be.
well, and I mean, I'm glad that Travelocity let me get away for a little bit from filming the hotel ads because that was getting tiring. But so anyway, I always end the show. Are you okay? Are you good?
Yeah,
Can you
I'm still
imagine?
with you here. Yeah,
Can you imagine the red hat on me?
we just need to get you one, and you need to do the whole event in that hat.
I'll do it. I'll be
We'll
the
put
weird,
stunts
the
on
creep,
it.
right?
That's amazing.
So I always end my show with the same saying, and when I told uh, Stephanie this, she started crying on my show. So don't cry. But
Okay.
this goes to you too, and all of my viewers out there. This goes to you. This is with all the most positive energy I can put out there. It's not how you survive the storm, but it's how you dance in the rain, and that's how we should all live our lives and keep on the positive side. And that definitely goes for you too, Christy. But I love you like a sister, and we've only met once, and I mean we
We're like this.
connected. Yeah.
You
Oh
know,
yeah. See.
you just know when you find your people, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how it is. So
Exactly. So I definitely, before we run out of time, I want to thank you so much. It was
thank
such an
you.
honor to have you on my show.
I was
And,
happy you asked me, so thank you.
oh yeah, and it's an honor to have you in my life. So,
Okay, now
oh,
I might cry. That's
okay,
so
no,
sweet.
oh, I mean, the people that I have met through this paranormal thing is amazing, and I can't wait to meet some of my viewers out there in South Carolina. And I'm so glad that you're going to make it.
I will be
Um,
there.
and I will get with you offline. So, and I just saw a comment that I wanted to say. Uh, remember to smile. There we go. Yeah, always remember to smile, and that goes for everybody. So, without further ado, thank you so much for joining me for Shaman Sundays live with Brandon Cooper. Oh, you know what? I'd love to have you back on sometime down the road.
Anytime you want, you got me.
Definitely, we'll do it. And
You need to get on
again,
Drunken Oracle. That's well, I guess you can't, can you?
I mean, I don't drink, but I mean, we can
We'll just
figure out something.
we'll just pull you on when I'm drunk.
Right, there you go. And I can just pick at you.
So,
But anyway, again, thank you. It was such an honor to have you on the show. And thank you, everybody, for making my show the number one show on this network for at least last week. I think Denise will probably take over next week. But you know what? That's okay. All right. I think we're going to sign off now. Good night, everybody. We love you.
bye.